Welcome to Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. This podcast delivers insights on what makes businesses, teams, and people successful based on real-life business experiences. Following a career with America's largest associations, JP Murray founded the Murray Company, one of Washington, D.C.'s most successful consulting firms. The company was acquired successfully and enabled him to launch JP Murray Racing, a business development and sponsorship agency for auto racing teams. Here is JP.
Hey, welcome back. It is JP Murray, the Push to Pass podcast. We're breaking through barriers here in business and life. Today, I'd like to chat with you about something I've been thinking a lot about lately. The idea the most fulfilling success comes when we compete against ourselves and make ourselves better rather than the comparison against others. So let's talk about 4 ways to compete against yourself, the true path to business success. Number 1, the comparison trap. You know, we spend so much time in business looking sideways, checking out the competition's latest move, looking at a colleague's new car, scrolling through social media, seeing everyone's highlight reels. We measure our success against the bank accounts or the perceived bank accounts of our peers and our friends or the market share of our competitors. But man, I've been doing this for a long time now, and I can tell you with absolute certainty, the times that I've been most successful and found it most rewarding for our teams, and the most fulfilled, and frankly, the happiest in business, when I stopped looking outside and sideways and looking inward, when I started to compete and make myself better every day. So think about it. When you're solely focused on beating the competition, you're playing their game, not yours. You're reacting instead of creating, and that's a recipe for burnout and frustration. How can you win at the game that isn't even yours? And that's how we get frustrated and fed up and burned out when we're trying to compete against something that's even oftentimes imaginary. So let's eliminate the comparison. Stay out of the comparison trap. Success item number 2. Hear about your clients and prospects by simplifying for them. I think you win more in business development by out-carrying everyone else, including some of the people that even work for the company that you're pitching. The other way you care is by making things simple and easy for them. Sales can be incredibly difficult when the process becomes complicated for the buyer. I see this all the time in the racing and motorsports industry. It's complex by nature. It's expensive. We have credentials to manage and livery approvals to navigate. That's where the logo goes on stuff. And different race venues have different rules and different experiences. Every race team operates differently. It can become overwhelming for potential sponsors. So there's a lot of friction to finish the deal, even when a sponsor and their staff members may think it's a good idea, but they don't understand racing and they haven't been around it. That's a whole other ecosystem and language in itself. So what I've learned to do, and what I encourage you to think about, is whatever business you're in, it's really to dial in on the one thing your prospect values the most, make it ridiculously easy for them to get the value through you and care more about it. When I simplify the process, I make it easy for the sponsor to say, yes, I win, not because I outmaneuvered the competition, because I improved my own process, I streamlined my approach, I got better because I cared more about it. Hold on to this one. Work is better than fun. Here's something that might sound counterintuitive at first. Embrace the idea that work is actually better than fun. And I truly believe this. Regardless of the job you have, the question isn't about how can I have more fun and less work? The question should be, how can I make this work fun with the people around me, with my clients, and for myself? I'm not a workaholic, but I'm having fun doing this. There's a difference. And when you're constantly trying to escape work, you're missing the opportunity to transform it into something meaningful, fun, and rewarding. And I guarantee you this will rub off on all your team members, including the prospects you're trying to sell. You bring energy and fun to the game. So this isn't about grinding yourself into dust. I mean, I did write a book called Association Hustle. Now that I think about it, it's more about finding the joy in the process of improvement and in the daily challenge of getting better at what you do. Work is better than fun. And when it is fun, you'll work your ass off. Embrace reinvention. That's the next on my list about competing against yourself, is embracing the reinvention of your programs or your work or yourself as a brand. Always be finding new ways to do your own work, reworking the brand, reimagining your approach. Think about baseball teams. And I love baseball. And one of the best parts about baseball is what? Opening day, the new spring. They have essentially built and launched a new team every season. They keep some of the key components, right? If they can. But opening day is a fresh start, a chance to show what's different, what's improved. Everybody has a chance. You need your own opening day too. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes the most powerful reinventions are subtle enough that not everyone even notices them, but you know. So keep reinventing yourself. And I've done this about every decade or so, quite intentionally. Not because my competition was doing it, because you know that if you can reinvent, have more to offer, have a different approach, maybe a new narrative, there's more to discover about yourself and your capabilities. And you may, in this reinvention, make yourself more attractive to some of the companies that turned you down before. So the next item I've got is fuel your mind. Keep putting jet fuel in your head, constantly consuming books and articles, podcasts from people who have been there and done that. Not the people that tell stories about people doing it, the people that actually did the work. Those are two separate things. So right now, I'm getting an absolute crash course every day from people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tim Ferriss, Gary Vee. I treat this continuous learning like an MBA program that's happening every single day. The knowledge and insights I gain don't just help me beat the competition, they help me beat yesterday's version of myself. So when you're learning, you're growing. And when you're growing, you're improving. And improvement is the ultimate victory in the competition against yourself. So, in conclusion today, my friends, I have a challenge for you. Stop measuring your success against other people's bank accounts or their achievements. Be frankly happy for them. There's enough to go around. Start measuring it against who you were yesterday. Are you making your sales process simpler? Are you caring more about your client than you did last month? Are you finding more joy in work that you did last quarter? What ways could you change the job to make it more fun for you? Have you reinvented some aspect of your business this year? And what new knowledge have you fueled your mind with this week? The thing I like about this approach is you're never finished. It never ends. And there's a purpose to keep moving forward. What a satisfying and challenging journey that is. And it might be fun. Let's keep it up. I can't wait to chat with you next week on the Push to Pass podcast. So long, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Push to Pass podcast with JP Murray, a discussion about business, racing, sports, and life. If you would like to sponsor Push to Pass, send an email to jp@jpmurray.com. Follow JP on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. His website is jpmurray.com. Until next time, push yourself to pass the competition. Thanks for listening.